Okay, I think we are live. Yes, you are live. It says, hi everyone, live for another 20, maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes. Good end of the week, very satisfying week. We had a sharp fall and a steep correction on Friday in the last week. Monday, Tuesday, it followed up, and then from that time, Wednesday, Thursday, and absolutely today we had we get a great run, and all the drawdowns which you might be notionally noticing in your portfolios in your small cases are now looks very promising. And I also would like to take the opportunity to kind of share my screen and clarify and things, and set a couple of things straight, because I see that there is a level of panic, and which lead to some of you reaching out to our support number and kind of not in the right spirits talk about what we do, which doesn't help as a ecosystem. And therefore I would like to emphasize that if you are new to equity markets, please have patience and think of it as a long term game which has to be either goal based, linked to a goal, or if you are in, say, part of a wealth creation journey for yourself, which absolutely will take time, please do exercise your risk profile. Please make sure that your asset allocation is right, because there are individuals, you wouldn't be very surprised, who actually invest 12,000 rupees in small cases, because that is the minimum investment amount. And then when, of course, their portfolio is flat, or maybe just on a couple of percent in a month, the feedback is why it is just 3-4% in a month, and why not a very high number, because that is number this is the number which kind of attracts them for a wrong reason. So please do not come and subscribe to any of the small case if you want to kind of looking for such a high number returns when your investment amount is 12,000. That's a clear no from us. We do not want to give anyone any wrong message. When you are serious about what you do, when you're serious about your equity investments, when you have set out your emergency fund, when you set out your your insurance, your all the good part as part of your financial planning, and then you are into equity investments, please make sure that you understand what is being done in each of it. Do not kind of I mean be very uh, very conscious of what you are kind of asking, or letting my team kind of communicate with us in terms of whether questioning about what we're doing or picks. And then when we see those individuals in our system, and we still see that they are in a positive kind of uh, sorry, someone in my room. Yeah. So just wanted to clarify a couple of things. If you look at alpha blend, if you look at first 1 month return, because that is where there are people who are a little concerned about how it is doing in terms of small cap, how it is doing in terms of large cap. I think we are very comfortably beating both large cap benchmark in even in the last 1 month. If not, you talk about the max, which is absolutely a phenomenal run. And even if you look at 3 months, if you look at 1 month, and as I want to clarify very very upfront here, that uh, please do not look at 1 month, 3 months returns. If you are in here, you are in here for long term. If not, and you do not have a tangible amount to invest into equity, which you can remain invested for a little longer period, please do not subscribe to small cases, at least our small cases, because that doesn't work. Sorry to be a little direct here today, and a little kind of, but I was getting a lot of um, kind of my team was a little concerned with a couple of you who have not invested, or have invested but have no significant investment, and then trying to challenge the process, because some of you may be thinking that it's a very easy way to make money. Absolutely, it is not. Equity investment and making money in equity investment is the toughest thing. It's the toughest profession, if you ask me. And therefore if and then people keep asking for 50% discounts, whole day, and they say we have limited capital, can you have 50% discount on the subscription, when the subscription already at 500 rupees a month. You again ask for 50% discount when you understand that there is a team behind it, there is a process, there is a tech people, their employment behind it, and we carry that data driven quant based research. So I mean, six of you are watching me. I'm sure this will be then further will be seen by others. uh, I wanted to set this message correctly, that if you do not have a long term horizon, if you do not have the patience and the temperament to take the volatility, and if you do not trust the process, please stay away from the products, because and then when you compare that, I mean, absolutely, I mean, don't want to really say too much about it, but that's the whole kind of point I want to make. Any questions? Okay, then now this is the strong part and the very direct messaging which I wanted to convey. But yeah, about the good part, absolutely, portfolios are doing pretty good. Very good week, very promising week. A lot has happened the last week, and a lot of panic happened. Whether it is in PSU space, a lot of profit booking, kind of subdued results. But then markets, as we are in a decadal bull run, are kind of coming back with a lot of force, and a great close today as well. Any questions apart from what I wanted to convey? And as I was saying in the last live stream, very soon we will be launching our very first theme-based quarterly rebalance small case. So stay tuned. And if you have any questions, let me know. I can be online for another 5 minutes, and I'll again chat. So please feel free to ping. Of course, we are happy to kind of talk to you over face to face, any of you. So use this link to book a meeting. Use the other above link, chat.golfi, to ping us on WhatsApp. Use the other link to book a meeting on Calendly. And yes, that's what it is. And as promised, by March 1st, I am sure you should be able to see a GoalFi YouTube channel, where we intend to have more regular videos, more planned videos, so that when there are questions about a particular small case, I will also link as part of the description of the small case those videos, so that you can directly watch it and understand the philosophy, the framework, the methodology behind it. How That's how it is. Okay, anything else? I think I should be anyone want to say hello here on the chat? Please do drop. If you are watching me right now, drop a hello, that would help. Hi Deepak, how are you doing? Good to see you. I know you are our esteemed client. Sumit saying, how much CAGR can we expect? I do not know, Sumit. Hi, Sumit. I do not know how much you can expect. As I've been mentioning in the past, niftyindices.com. Please, I'll just correct the spelling. Niftyindices.com. Yeah. So if you go to niftyindices.com, you will find Exchange has done a great work on strategy indices, which are a mix of a couple of factors. We also do multi-factor investing. Our research is also multi-factor investing driven. And if you go to strategy indices, you will find there are strategies which are Nifty Alpha low volatility, Nifty Alpha quality low volatility. We are working on this similar model, where our research is also on a multi-factor basis, and whatever the benchmark would return, we expect, we would like, because we manage the money actively, we would like to beat the benchmark on both sides. Our total benchmark is Nifty total 750, which is the total market index. And when markets rise, when benchmark rise, we would like to beat the benchmark by a good margin. And when markets fall on a yearly basis, we would like to then, have a low volatility, fall less, move the money to cash if needed. But I do not know the number. Nobody knows the number. But thanks for pinging. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks, Deepak, for your message. Did it answer your question, Sumit? All right, great. All right, guys. Good 10 minutes into the meeting, and thanks, Sumit. I'm glad I answered your question. Feel free to reach out. The Valentine 30 coupon code is still valid. In case anybody would like to consume it, you can check our microsite, small case microsite, golfresearch.smallcase.com, and that coupon is also valid. And feel free to explore. And also, as you would know, 19th is our monthly rebalance date. It was good that we didn't have to really initiate any ad hoc rebalance, as we got flooded with so many of you worried about last week and sudden steep correction. But if you look at how your monthly small cases, all the four of them, growth, value, let me quickly also demonstrate that. I think so that um, I don't know whether you can see my screen. I think you can, right? It is valid till Feb end. For this entire valid. So let me show you how alpha has moved in the last 1 month. Alpha has moved 4% in the last 1 month, where large cap has moved, not moved, flat. Small cap has moved 3%, whereas alpha has moved 4.5. This is exactly 1 month. I don't want to talk, in the past, because the numbers are already visible, and they are sometimes too lucrative, and then you may get trapped by looking at the number and then later regret. Okay, in 1 month, because this portfolio is a 1 month portfolio. Okay, we had 8% move in a month, whereas small cap had 3% move in a month. Large cap had no move in a month, hardly a month, and we had 8% move in a month, right? Which is good when you're investing. Check balance basket. Balance basket had 10% move in a month. Very nice. Where small cap had 3%, and as you know, large cap didn't move at all. Equity large cap index didn't move at all. So, and we had a 10% move in balance basket. Fair enough. Because we are now finishing a month for rebalance. So momentum, as you know, is not monthly, but I will still want to show you so that there's a context. Okay, momentum had a kind of sharp pullback right after the fall of last week, and suddenly in the last 2 days it has been rising like a great, with a great velocity in real momentum. So momentum also in a month is 10%, whereas small cap is 3. Of course, compared to large cap, huge margin. And if you look at prime quality in a month, prime quality moved wow by 15%. Very impressive. Very happy with the team, what the team is doing. And small cap is 3. Large cap is yeah, flat to 15% in quality. Okay, and then growth leaders 1 month, it compared to equity multi-cap, it is multi-cap moved 1%, whereas growth leaders moved 10%, with large cap, of course, 10%. So this is how the performance had been, where we have kind of learned in made real money from a rebalance to rebalance date. That is where I asked the users to really wait for additional amount to get invested. It has returned from 4% to 15%, right? And if you even forget about the bigger picture of year to date return, and then there are people who then message us and say that the large cap is outperforming, and in last 1 month where large cap has kind of remained flat. So it's not about I mean, the reason for me to show a little disappointment in this video was uh, people who are investing 12,000 rupees have very strong opinion about what is right, what is wrong, and do not have any patience with the market. Plus, not even investing any amount which is significant for their fees to have some kind of, what you call it. They're paying 500 a month and investing 12,000. I do not see any value of you investing 12,000 and paying such a fees, even if you make 3-4%, which you have minimum made, for example, which we have just seen, right? But that's not justice to us. There's no justice to you. because you are wasting your time, and of course our time as well. So avoid such investments. I have few funds when Deepak is saying hi Deepak. I can't see the full chat somehow. I have few funds when I invest. Deepak, are you asking that you want to invest some additional money in small cases? If there is a question, we will be rebalancing our monthly portfolios on 19th as planned last month. So it's 19 every month. Feel free to pick any of your choice. If you like to speak before picking, feel free to speak, and we can guide one to one as well. If that was a question, Deepak. Yeah, when I have few fun when I invest. Yeah, okay. All right, guys. Recommend amount to invest. See, do not come to equity market, right? I mean, what I personally believe, and what I had been following. I'm sure that you should set aside emergency fund of 6 months of your income to 9 months of your expenses. Make sure you are covered for your health, life insurance, etc., etc. Which is very basic tenets, right? Of having a healthy financial, personal finance life. And then, of course, because equities are subject to market risk, as you know, and they're very volatile instrument. Make sure you have some debt component, and depending on your age, right? Depending on your age, your nature of your work, in terms of how stable is your income, plan the formulas goes back to 100 minus your age, and 120 minus your age if you are very young, for equity allocation. But from a small case investment point of view, I would say, in the reason the amount is kept, right, is not for you to start with. You can always do a top up SIP of 25,000, 20,000. What is the amount? You should start with at least 2 lakh is what I think. 2 to 3 lakh. If you have less than 2 to 3 lakh as a amount which you want to directly invest in equity, what is the value add, right? You won't get any tangible dividend, you won't any tangible return. I don't know how people come and invest 12,000 when that amount should be minimum for your rebalance addition, right? Rather than the primary amount. So I don't think you should invest if you have less than 3 lakh rupees, to be honest. Sumit, if that answers your question. Tell me three funds, name high volatile. Three funds from our small case you want to invest. See, all are high volatile because we are not fixated on app, which means depending on what our factors derive, we can either have alpha as a prime factor or quality as a prime factor, depending on whatever is the market situation at that stage. If you want to go with three, I would say you can, of course, go through balance basket. It's pretty, relatively less volatile in the universe we play for that quarter. Of course, it would be high volatile because right now the exposure of balance basket is into mid and small, and therefore it would be high. But if you then would like to take three, I will suggest you go with balance basket, as a monthly portfolio. If you're comfortable with monthly, if you're comfortable with a lower rebalance frequency, then alpha blend or momentum is if your choice. For example, if you see alpha blend is flat from a week, momentum has been rising, at a high momentum in this week. Same thing was very different, right? 2 weeks ago, where alpha was rising and momentum was just flat. So there are periods, right? I explained in many of my videos earlier that there are periods when momentum will be outperforming alpha and other way around. So of course, plan that. I would say you can pick value and balance basket from monthly, and pick any of your choice from weekly, which is alpha and momentum. So if you want to. Okay, so yeah, so Deepak, I told you things which is balance basket, value investing, and momentum trend masters. If you ask me, Music Phoenix, sir, in Alpha Brain, I have invested. Okay, 2.5, 2 weeks back. Now I'm in loss of 12,000. No problem. I think don't worry. You should rebalance. As I said earlier, you need to have a horizon of at least some. Period, which is at least 1 year, if not less. And if you stay invested for 1 year, we would be going through many cycles of skipping rebalance to doing the rebalance on a week by week, month. There will be periods of drawdown, there will be periods of moving to cash, there will be periods of making a lot of alpha. At the end of the year, you should see that the benchmark you were tracking against your active fund has done a good job or not, which you would see if I was actually showing alpha blend, right? uh, see, that is the very reason as well that I saying do not come and invest at randomly and do not try to time the market. 3 months alpha has given huge return, where small cap has given 21% return in 3 months. Alpha blend is given 52% as of today, even after a drawdown of 10% last week, right? If you see large cap giving 15% return in the 3 months, where alpha is given 52% return. Whether you take max, you take 3 months, you take 1 month, you are beating the index by a big margin, which is what the active fund management would do. Right, that is what it would do. Now, of course, you might be sitting at a stage where you invested at a stage where the last week fall had brought you down a couple of percent, right? 7-8%. You have to just kind of be invested, because you see the long term pattern. It will eventually get you aligned to what the intent of the small case is. So do not try to not do the rebalance on time, because that doesn't help. Because when we had to skip the rebalance, we did skip the rebalance, right? Last Monday, as you would have noticed. And if you would have noticed, there has been recovery post that, whether it is on momentum portfolio, a good recovery of 6% on momentum. I see after we skipped the rebalance last Monday, and alpha I think is slowly recovering at maybe 2 and 2.5%. All right. So is lump sum good as per you? Yeah, lump sum is good as per you. I don't know what lump sum amount would mean to you. My simple ask is, there is no point investing in equity markets as the starting capital, which is kept by you as the amount which you would want to go into equity class, asset class, after making sure that you have right asset allocation, you have some liquid exposure, some emergency fund, health insurance, life insurance, etc. So that when you are invested in the markets, markets are subject to volatility. You are not in a pressure to kind of make an exit because you need that money immediately. So if you give that right treatment to your money, markets are here to stay. Markets are designed to go up. uh, the Indian economy is at the right juncture to kind of explode from here in the next couple of 5 years. Right, we are in this decadal bull run. I don't see any challenge in you making money. As simple as that. But if you try to time the market, think that it is swing trading happening, somebody is trading on your behalf, you have to change your mindset. Otherwise, things won't work. Okay. Anything else? Sorry, I was about to finish at 10 minutes, and then, of course, you guys, kind of asking questions, which is good for me. All right, so I'll share this video as part of our broadcast, and I mean to my other users as well. Okay, so I have invested 2.5 lakh one time. I think I invested 2.5 lakh in 5 months. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. That is good. See, SIP amount you can decide basis your choice, right? But what I was only suggesting was, when you do SIP, right, do not try to do SIP at by timing the market and say, okay, let the market has kind of had a fall, let me invest 50,000. There are strategies which are designed like that, because we don't believe in averaging the losers. We don't believe in catching a falling knife, which would mean that whenever there's a rebalance, right, whichever strategy you're invested in, if you are an alpha, it's weekly, wait for the rebalance. If the rebalance is skipped, right, don't invest more money. When there's a rebalance, maybe you are booking loss on some and booking profit on some, that's a good day to invest more. If you are doing SIP, plan your SIP in a way that it is post rebalance, is what I'm saying. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's, because you already have started with a decent capital. Now you want to distribute your amount into multiple months. Absolutely great idea. Also great because the year is the currently the quarter is going on of results, and elections are on, and profit booking is of course overdue. So absolutely good way. Music Phoenix. If I know your name, that would be great. That's fine. All right, guys. Good to be connected here, and thank you so much. And I'll disconnect the stream. And you have my number. You have the WhatsApp number of mine. In terms of chat.golfi, you have the meeting option to book. Chalo, speak to you. Thank you so much for your support. Speak very soon.